Hey everyone, welcome to the DeadstockStash. My name is Logan. Today we're looking at a pair of shoes that I find to be absolutely awesome in a really weird way. Alright, so normally I unbox them from Nike, from the Nike box, and then pull out this box, whatever. But I actually wanted to wear these before I did this review so I could talk about the way they fit, because I feel like that's most people's questions on these. These are the Nike Zoom MMW 4. The colorway is Stone Black Chrome. I got a 9, and the retail price is a whopping $450 US. So I just did a video on the Jordan 11 Adapts, which will be in the eye, whichever side it goes on, if you want to check that one out, which was the most expensive pair of shoes that I have ever bought for retail. And then, of course, these are $50 behind that. And I already put these on and walked around in these because I wanted to be able to talk to you guys about the way they fit before doing the video. But we're still gonna do an unboxing here so you can have the experience of unboxing these, because they are a pretty special pair of shoes in my opinion. So, plain black box. The only difference here is this very subtle MMW with the Nike swoosh. Everything else about this box is standard. It just has that MMW on either side. And then it has some special paper with the MMW Nike swoosh. We train with patience. Training is incremental improvement. It is a ritual of solidarity and self-discipline. So a cool little mantra there. Special paper, then just normal paper. And then here are the absolute spaceship of a shoe. So we'll pull these out real quick. And under this paper, they do come with a little drawstring bag, which is actually pretty nice quality. This is kind of a nylon material. This is more of a cotton material. A nice heavy zipper with a waterproof zipper here. I'm not sure if it is actually waterproof, but that's what the zipper is normally used for. And it has this Matthew Williams with the Nike swoosh here on the inside. It also has a compartment in here. So I guess it could double as a shoe bag, or you could really just wear it as a backpack because it cinches down, and then you would just throw it on like a backpack. So actually pretty cool. And on the backside, MMW Training Series 004, CU 0676-001, and then CU 0676-200, and then DC 7442-800, and then -001 Fall Holiday 2020. So this shoe is the 0676-200, which to me means that there's going to be a series of these. We've already seen a black one previewed by Matthew Williams. This is the stone pair, so I'm assuming these are some more that we'll be having released probably pretty soon. It says Fall Winter 2020 on there. Right? Fall Holiday 2020. So that's actually over. So I'm not sure when those other ones are going to be released, but there's a little nod to them. Set the box off to the side, and we'll get right in to these really cool shoes. I thought I was gonna absolutely hate these, to be honest, because they're just so different. But I actually really like them in person because they are so different. These definitely take on the cues from the Road Warrior, the ISPA Nike Road Warrior that released a while back. I took an L on those. Really glad I got these. Although I'm not sure how often I'll actually be able to wear these because it's just not really in my fashion realm. You know, these are a high fashion shoe in my opinion. You can't just really throw these on with like a pair of joggers and a t-shirt. I guess you could, but it would look a little bit out of place. These are more for like high fashion guys. Shout out Vinny, you could probably rock these. But I still really like them. To be honest with you guys, I've never had like Balenciaga Triple S's or any of those really, you know, clunky, big, high fashion shoes. I wear Yeezy 700s a lot and 500s, and those to me are like chunky dad shoes. And these are on like a whole nother level because they are so wide. Like the track on these is just super wide. You don't really notice that too much while you're wearing them, but you kind of do. Like you're aware of the shoes on your feet. At least for me, I've worn these for probably 2-3 hours today, doing B-roll and just walking around trying to get a feel for them. They fit true to size, in my opinion, although because the back end is so heavy, it kind of slips down in the back, so a half size smaller may have actually benefited me. Let's get into the shoe for now, and then I'll talk more about my feelings on these. Put this stuff back in so that you guys can kind of see it in case you need to like legit check them. And these are kind of little things that are missing when there's counterfeits. So it has this little guy to kind of protect the heel back there, little cardboard guy, and then just standard paper. But I want you guys to be able to see these little elements because if you're dealing with a dead stock pair that is missing these, you know, little pieces, either they've been worn, tried on, or they're fake. I haven't seen fakes of these, but I also haven't looked for fakes of these. There very well may be fakes on the market already because these were previewed about a year ago at this point. Actually, yeah, it was a year ago that Matthew Williams previewed these and wore them out. So I'm sure there's some fakes out there somewhere, although I do feel like this is probably a very difficult shoe for them to counterfeit because it's different than anything else. So Matthew Williams is who is the collaborator with Nike on this pair. And if you don't know, Matthew Williams is the co-founder of ALYX. That is how you pronounce it. It's not ALYX, it's ALYX. He's also the creative director for Givenchy, or as we normally say, Givenchy, but it's really Givenchy. So he is a high fashion guy. You know what I mean? Like this is definitely Nike's way of getting into the high fashion industry, in my opinion. And the shoe really kind of shows it because it's unlike anything else that they've done other than the Road Warrior, which already was kind of a weird one for them. And then this takes it to a whole nother level with these. This is plastic, although it's made to look like it's metal. It is just a plastic with like a chrome finish on it, as well as down here on the inside of the, I'm gonna call it the midsole, although it's somewhere in here. I don't know what you would consider this part the midsole, or if you would consider this part the midsole, or all of it the midsole. This is chrome reflective, same material as up here. It is not actually metal, obviously. This is supposed to look or imitate liquid metal and how it just kind of flows, I guess like a mercury or just a molten metal is what I had read. Lots of design elements into the shoe. I've seen a lot of people complain about the laces and they don't stay. I didn't really have that problem when I was walking around. People also say that they seem fragile. These are just thin shoelaces. Like, I don't see any issue with the laces, in my opinion. People also don't like this tongue because it has this V. Also, don't really mind it. You'll see B-roll of it on feet, and you can see that I think it's just supposed to kind of stick up like that. Like that's just the design. So Matthew Williams, though, he really wanted us to know that this shoe was collaborated with him. I don't know if he just completely designed it or whatever, so I'm just gonna say collaborated, because on the lateral side, there is a very small Nike swoosh that is half obstructed by another panel, and it really hides it very well. And his name and or initials are absolutely everywhere on this shoe. I think there's 7. So we'll go through really quick, and I'm not sure if you'll be able to see them all with this camera, so there's probably B-roll. Here it is, his full name on the tongue, cool. Then on the toe box, MMW, cool. Very lightly in this little cage here, there's the swoosh, MMW. So that's 1, 2, 3. Then on the inside, which I know that's not gonna be able to get it, on the inside there's that same MMW swoosh on like the top part of this sole part. Then on the insole, there's the MMW. On the heel, there's MMW. And on the outsole, there's MMW. He really, like I said, there's 3 times as many MMW logos as there is Nike swooshes on this shoe. And that's intentional. You know, this is more on his spectrum of high fashion shoes than it is for a Nike shoe. And I do feel like they kind of tried to hide the Nike swoosh while also not being able to completely remove the swoosh from the shoe. So if we look into it, you can see this is, you know, this moves, this is very flexible. This whole upper is a very thin fly knit, and you will be able to see whatever color socks you're wearing through these holes all along. So if you're wearing a pink sock, you're definitely gonna be able to see it through there, which is kind of cool if you want that. Then we have this little pod here, this air pod, and there's 2 of them. There's one on either side, which of course is why the bottom looks like this. It's so wide because there's a pod here and a pod right here, and the normal just midsole. I do think that the outsole is Nike's grind rubber, which they use on a lot of things, but I feel like it got really more popularized by the Space Hippie collection, where you can see these little specks of, that's from me wearing them, specks of, you know, recycled materials. The outsole is inspired by tank tracks or snowmobile tracks, and it really feels weird under your feet. The whole shoe kind of reminds me of a tank. If you look back here in the back, this just kind of looks very tank-like, and maybe that, you know, that is what it's supposed to be. These are like the little tank tracks just moving us along. It doesn't feel like anything I've ever worn before. And again, I have not been able to purchase Balenciaga Triple S's or any of the other really clunky high fashion shoes. So to you, this may feel very normal in comparison to those, but for me, who comes from like General Dunks, Jordans, Ultra Boosts, Yeezys, these feel crazy. Like, they're very squishy when you walk. I do have to say that they squeak, and I absolutely hate that. It's just so annoying when you're walking and your shoes are squeaking. It's just one of my pet peeves. I just can't stand it. I feel like it's from this part hitting this part when I walk, and it just barely squeaks every time I step down. It definitely is not from the AirPods. I even grabbed a tape measure so that I could measure this out for you guys, because I wanted to know, you know, how much taller do I get by wearing these shoes? And it's actually right about 2 inches. So I just want to show that to you guys. So let's just say we'll just measure from there to the bottom, and it's basically right at 2 inches. And up here, you're about 1.5 inches. even with how weird they are, I really like them, and I wish I could pull them off, although I'm not sure that I can. I'm gonna try, because for some reason, this pair is just pulling me in. I really like them. Let me know what you think about them. Are these just absolutely ridiculous? Would you ever buy these? Resale on these is about $650 in my size, which is a size 9. Again, retail was $450. After tax, I'm getting close to $500. So there's a little bit of resale, but not a ton, although I do think that these were probably extremely limited, and if more colorways come out, this will be the colorway everybody wants, because people love light, neutral colored shoes, and if the black ones come out, then these will go up in value, because light colored shoes just do better. That's just the thing. If you like this video, please do consider subscribing. I have a bunch of shoes coming in, and I'm really behind in videos, and I'm gonna really try and crank them out for the next week or two. So subscribe so you can see all those. These are probably the most exciting though, I'm not gonna lie to you. These are the pair that I was most excited to get, and they're the weirdest and the coolest ones that I've gotten. But hit subscribe, check out the other ones I got. Thanks so much for watching. Good luck on your next cop. Take care.